guys, I'm Charlotte. Welcome back to Diary of an It Girl. In the vastness of the Pacific Ocean belongs a place like no other. A place of wonders discovered 200 years ago by Charles Darwin, where he formed his evolution theory. I spent a week on these enchanted islands born of fire, enabling me to tick another box off my life bucket list. Just to be sure I wasn't dreaming, I carefully photographed and filmed everything I saw as evidence. My week in this magnificent place wasn't a dream. I actually did get within feet of giant tortoises, walk in between hundreds of dragon-like iguanas, swim with sea lions who just wanted to play, snorkel with graceful sea turtles, have sightings of whales, swim with a shark, experience being surrounded by frigate birds who are chilling descendants of dinosaurs, and be stared down by a blue-footed booby. Some animals are tiny and some have only just been discovered, yet all of them have no fear of humans. They simply see us as just another animal. They are amazingly curious, which makes the Galapagos Islands a place like nowhere else I have ever been in this world. When it comes to wildlife, the Galapagos Islands deliver, with a remarkable 40% of them found nowhere else on this earth. So the 14-hour travelling expedition to arrive there from Europe via Amsterdam is worth it. But 14 hours only gets you to Quito in Ecuador, where we spent 2 nights, but I'll leave that adventure for another video. From Quito, it's another 2.5-hour flight before you either land on Baltra or San Cristobal Island. Being a David Attenborough fan, like most people, I thought I knew what to expect. But I could not be more wrong. At first glance, the islands are rough, volcanic rock with strange vegetation, revealing a landscape you wouldn't class as a typical paradise. For a moment, I agreed with Darwin, who said, nothing could be less inviting. However, our guide then led us further in to Santa Cruz, where I set my eyes on giant tortoises nestled in lush green vegetation, and they were even better than I imagined. I quickly learned that the Galapagos Islands is a place which needs close and careful examination in order to reveal its true beauty. Whilst the islands are actually rather far from each other, with some journeys taking up to 15 hours to get from one island to another, it is not a place for huge cruise ships. Here you will only find yachts carrying 16 to 20 people or larger boats carrying 40 to 100. Standing on the port of Santa Cruz, it looked as though the Russian oligarchs had come to town. The sea was spotted with gorgeous yachts, and one of them was our home for the week. Being a national park and very regulated, it was great to hear that the emissions from humans and the engines on the boat are always controlled and contained. Our starting point was Santa Cruz. We then moved on to Isabella Island, the largest of all the islands, travelled to Fernandina, then on to Santiago, finally finishing in San Cristobal Island. Our day started at 7 AM with a strict schedule to abide by. One morning we found ourselves climbing over volcanic rock, which is millions and millions of years old, kneeling down and looking closely at iguanas, or coming across a giant cactus in the middle of nothing. Another morning we hiked to the top of Sierra Negra volcano, which features the largest volcanic caldera in the Galapagos. One afternoon we visited hundreds of giant tortoises, from 1 day old to 100 years old, and walked along the wildlife-filled beach, making it back to the yacht in time for the sunset. Another afternoon, we took the dinghy through the mangroves and spotted sea lions sleeping in trees. We even visited a sea lion nursery, managed to get as close as I would probably want to get to blue-footed boobies and their newborns, and I haven't even mentioned the snorkeling yet. This was definitely a highlight. The Pacific Ocean around the island seems to be a treasure trove to get up close and personal with the animals. From playfully swimming with sea lions who blew bubbles in my face, to getting within inches of sea turtles, to feeling like I was in Jurassic Park swimming behind a black scaly iguana, and seeing colourful fish against harsh volcanic coral. I assumed that no one lived on the islands, but in fact I learned that whilst the human population is limited to 3%, there are just over 25,000 inhabitants of the Galapagos, with tourism making a massive 75% of their income. We only spent 1 week in this magical place. It was an experience of a lifetime, and we only saw 1/3 of what the islands have to offer. So I will be back, as I definitely haven't finished exploring these exceptional islands which have transformed our understanding of the whole of life on Earth. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you want to see more photos, then check out my Instagram. I'll see you next week. Bye.